What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing back with a gem. Y'all see the title. It's no secret what I'm here to talk about tonight. Kickoff presser, King Ryan Garcia, and the one, Gervonta Davis, happened today. It doesn't have much bearing on the fight. What we saw today, maybe a little bit of psychological edge here and there. If you really know what you're looking at, you get to see what both guys' psyches are looking like, whether the confidence they seem to have in themselves is real. Some of them things, if you have a trained eye, you can see today. And one thing I can say, in watching Ryan Garcia, the energy wasn't the same. I didn't see that cockiness, the braggadocious way he's been conducting himself over the last few years when Tank's name came up. I seen him a lot more humble, a lot more reserved. Was that maturity? Or is that energy changing up when you're on that same stage? And that remains to be seen. I did seem to see a little bit of nervous energy in Ryan. He gave himself some built-in excuses, alluding to some of the negotiations that, to me, once you agreed to him, you signed the contract, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that you came down and wait and that's a sacrifice, because you chose to do that. That's an excuse. I don't want to hear nothing about a rehydration clause because you agreed to it. That's another excuse. And I think what he's doing is cushioning the blow for himself and maybe his fans, just in case it don't go the way that he's hoping it would go, by exposing that at this time. On the other hand, Tank seemed dead serious and ready. My favorite fighter coming up was Marvin Hagler. And if y'all can remember back to the presser he had against Tommy Hearns, Tank had on very similar sunglasses today and seemed to be very serious. He even made a comment about Ryan bringing his girlfriend and this being a hurt business, leave the women and kids at home. You know what I mean? He just seemed ready. And he had the best one-liner of the press conference, and I want to play that for y'all because I think this gave me all of us some insight into the mindset of Gervonta Tank Davis going into this fight.
So Tank, he's wanted this fight a long time. There's an old adage: be careful what you ask for. What is he getting April 22nd?
I said it again. I'm sorry.
There's an old adage, you gotta be careful what you ask for when you want something. So what is Ryan Garcia getting on April 22nd?
I asked whoopin. That's what he did.
You heard him? He said, what is Ryan Garcia getting? He said, you gotta be careful what you ask for. So what is Ryan Garcia getting on April 22nd? He was short, sweet, and to the point. An ass whooping. That's the kind of energy I want. He said that's all he got coming to him. An ass whooping. I thought that was, very telling. Tank has that same energy, like I said. It seemed like Ryan didn't. Another quotable from today. Ryan's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, was asked, how do you fight Tank? His response was very funny and I think very telling. Let's listen to what Oscar had to say.
You fight Tank. How would you fight Tank? Let's take a bat in there. Look,
Let me run that back. He was asked, how would he fight Tank? He responded, I would take a bat in there.
How would you fight Tank? Let's take a bat in there. Look, oh shit. You got me there.
So that's Oscar. He doesn't sound very confident. When asked how would he fight Tank, he said, shit, I would take a bat in there. He said, you got me there. I don't know what to say. So the real is coming out. We 45 days out, and the real is coming out. they know they up against it. They know they in there with an animal. And they know the chances of them winning is slim to none. That's why you got Ryan making built-in excuses already. That's why you got Oscar saying, if I was fighting him, I'd take a bat in it. And that's why you got Tank, dead serious, saying, Ryan got an ass whooping coming. This was a monumental press conference. Another big story today, did y'all notice? Leonard Ellaby. Leonard Ellaby got up and spoke. So, as I predicted, again, call me Jules Stradamus, Tank is back with Mayweather Promotions in some type of way, shape, or form. They're back working with him. And when you seen the actual face-off, who was standing in the center, directly behind the fighters, but Leonard Ellaby? The two other main characters, Oscar De La Hoya and Tom Brown, promoters on paper involved with the fight, they're off to the side. Who's at the center of the face-off? Mayweather Promotions president, Leonard Ellaby. I told y'all, I predicted it. Tank went off on his own for a fight, seen how difficult it was, appreciated what Mayweather Promotions was doing for him. He's back working with Mayweather Promotions. You heard when Coach Calvin talked. He said, this is the future. Golden Boy Promotions, and then he said GTD, better known as Mayweather. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Floyd is still very much involved. If I had to take a guess, I think he's trying to employ the Al Heyman style of promoting, where he stays behind the scenes now, lets the fighters shine, and counts his money. So that's my prediction. In the future, you're going to see Floyd, his company, involved in boxing. But I think he's looking to take on that Godfather type mystique a la Al Heyman, where you don't really see him. You may see his representative in Leonard Ellaby, who's doing, to me, his best Ron Isley impression today with the great beard, reminiscent to my man Ron Isley. Not Ron Isley, the other Isley brother, his brother with the bald head. That's how Leonard Ellaby looked today. But yeah, you see Mayweather Promotions back in the fold. Leonard Ellaby was front and center. As I told y'all, the split will be short-lived. You know, you can tell in the way Tank was talking last fight. And just, I'll say this. The fight he promoted in Washington, D.C. against Hector Garcia, the presser, you can already see a huge difference in the production if you watch this presser today. It's just different. It's different when you see the major promoters involved. You know what I mean? It's good. It's all good for fighters to take control and have a promotional stake within themselves, but it's different when you have those experienced promoters that are used to putting on major events and, you know what I mean, rolling out things the right way. It was just a whole different level of promotion, whole different level of production. And like I said, I'm happy to see it. But all in all, great kickoff presser. And like I said, it's not a whole lot you can tell from the press conference, but you can kind of get insight into how the fighters are thinking going in. And Golden Boy side, Ryan's side, they seem a little nervous. They seem a little apprehensive. On the Tank side, the flip side, they were respectful, but they seem confident. They seem ready to pounce. They're ready to come do work. And it can't come soon enough for me. I can't wait. April 22nd. You know what I mean? Gervonta Tank Davis, the one. King Ryan Garcia. My prediction's the same. Gervonta Tank Davis by 5th or 6th round knockout. Let's go though. I'm excited. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor.